Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Macro Crest, where we focus on fundamentals for our directional bias and technicals for our entry. Last week was a wonderful week, but the euro got some strength more than we anticipated due to the German stimulus for defense, for their defense budget. And on Friday we had the NFP, which we anticipated that would be weak. So currently we'll be looking at this week, which we will be having the average cash earnings for Japan, which is very important. We have the GDP for Japan too. We also have inflation data in the US. We have the card interest rate, GDP for the pound on Friday. And we also have the prelim University of Michigan consumer sentiments, which we'll be working with. Looking at what is already pricing the card to be cutting the interest rate, and the average cash earnings for the yen. Let's see if it's going to be better than expected, which will be good. And we'll be looking at the inflation on Wednesday, which the market is pricing in a lower inflation coming in, so dollar weakness still on board. So going to our chart, we had the NZD-JPY last week, which it mitigated our supply, D1 supply, and we're expecting this price to continue to the downside. So we could equally see this price come higher here before dropping. The card weakness, so still looking at a pair like Euro card. Dixie is still weak. Okay, looking at the DXY, what we do have is what we already anticipated some time ago, which we said this was a higher high, this is our higher low, this was a higher high, which fundamentally we now look at a higher low. So I expected this guy to hold. This is a demand to hold, but due to the data that came out negative on Friday, the NFP data, I'm anticipating this to push to the upside, and then we can see potential shot down to 101 area probably. That is as the inflation data, we're anticipating a bearish tone on that, a bearish expectation with that. That's for the Dixie. So if we have Dixie weakness, we can look at the pair like Euro USD, which we anticipated the market to come into a short area. And if you watch the previous videos, you'll see this is exactly what we anticipated for. And looking at it from a weekly time frame, we might see a potential short from there, but it's not a short I would love to. This would be a high probability short area, and for this reason, look at the 4 hours. What I'm anticipating is the market to head to this demand. Oh, sorry about this. I like keeping my analysis. So this is the demand. Probably, and we have the daily time frame demand below. So for the market to come lower here, I don't really think that's gonna happen for now. So looking at a pair like GBP USD, we'll be looking at on the weekly time frame. So this was what we'll be anticipating. It's a daily supply, but now probably the market might hit higher to 131 area. So if this is this, looking at the demands we have a demand here, but US weekly candle. So this probably there should be some form of pullback to this area, then we can long the market if it doesn't long from there, so we would know that we will have a demand here. So this is what we'll be looking out for on the GBP USD, the USD Swiss, the USD JPY, which is the same thing. So the reason why I still expect the price to go down, I like the USD Swiss, is because there's a beautiful supply here. Let's the market went ahead as predicted. So let's look at this, anticipating the price to head to this demand. Okay, so if market is coming to this demand, which supply do you think should react from this point, or it heads to this other supply area, which when you look at it from a weekly time frame, look, that's a supply and that's also a supply. And on the 4 hours time frame, we have a beautiful supply that grab liquidity. So this should be where I'm anticipating this. The USD JPY is almost the same thing, but it's the supply there is not clean enough. Looking at it from a 4 hours perspective, okay, so we might see price head to this area and then we can short. Okay, so USD China today, the China inflation data came out very soft due to USD weakness. The movement here is not going to be that strong, so we might see very sluggish movements to the downside. So USD China, I'll be out of the position I'm currently holding. And for the card weakness, we could also see the weakness in the card from the daily time frame and the weekly, monthly time frame. What we see here is not clean. On this, we look at the card yen, and what we do see is a beautiful market structure. So we have an imbalance to be filled, of course. Looking at it from a weekly time frame, we can say that this is our higher high, a higher low, a higher high, and then we're anticipating a higher low somewhere, maybe something like that. So if you look at it from from the previous candle, let's take all this out. Oh, sorry. Alright, so previous candle, what do we have? We have a kind of doji. So look at the 4 hours time frame. Market structure is not that clean. So if you trade off support resistance, we would have a clean area of support resistance. We expect the market to pull back to this area, and then we look for shorts at this area. This will be a beautiful area for the CAD yen. For the euro card, and what we do have is on the weekly time frame, we anticipate price to continue higher, which on the daily, we have a daily kind of daily rally based rally, which is not the cleanest for me, but there is still opportunity to long there, and the card is more precise. So looking at it from, that's the D1 rally based rally. So we could say the 1 hour time frame demand between this area. So we could see our longs from here. Where is our target? You've got to understand where your target is, and the liquidity has been taken. The next target is as high as this area. Yeah, so that's about 250 pips upside. We're looking at price heading down up there. As for the pound card, look at the pound NZD is still bullish to the upside, and the 4 hours, you could still continue longing it. So the NZD, the card is weak, the USD is weak. We have bullish yen, bullish pound, bullish euro. We are still in risk on environment, and we've been talking about oil weakness and the correlation between oil and the card, which we do have. This price is here, and the potential of this price heading all the way to this area is still there. So we have 68 area, 68.39. So if we're looking at price heading down up there, do we have our supply here? We have our supply area. So this is a potential short area for oil. Yes, so let's see how the oil will react. And for gold, we were looking at selling gold last week, which it has been ranging at our supply area, and the buying done by the banks has reduced. So I don't think there will be much movement on gold that much. Gold will be to the upside and still long term to the upside. So that's the outlook I do have for the yen strength. Just pick a pair that suits your criteria. I have my NZD JPY, which we've already spoken about. So do have a nice and profitable week.